What's up, guys? Back here at the Indira Gandhi International Airport in Delhi. I'll be going from here to Dubai on Emirates on the 777, and then from Dubai to LAX on the A380. Anyways, let's go check in.
I made my way inside the airport to find what was one of the longest lines I had seen at a check-in counter.
So the line extends all the way from there, all the way till there. Why is there always a sports meet whenever I'm going somewhere at the airport? I'm curious to find out what sport this is for, actually.
As I waited in line, I noticed that the check-in counters had illustrations on them depicting various aspects of the Indian culture. The ones you see right now feature a tabla and a tanpura, which are musical instruments commonly used in India.
There are literally 2 counters open for people who have not checked in yet. I wanted to do the online check-in, but for this video, I decided not to, so I can get an idea and show you guys what the experience is like to check in at the airport. I'm regretting that decision right now. But I hope it's worth it. I hope it's worth it.
After waiting for about, let's call it a bit longer, I made my way closer to the counter.
Almost checked in, guys. Almost. Not yet, though. Still waiting to make it to a check-in desk.
Eventually, I made my way to a counter and proceeded with the check-in. In our conversation, the agent mentioned that it wasn't unusual to see long lines like this, as Emirates flights departing from Delhi are usually packed.
That took an hour and change, but I'm checked in now. Let's go past security and start our favorite game.
As you make your way into the terminal, you see this award that's on display. I'm quoting from an article released on 6th of March 2023. Delhi's Indira Gandhi International Airport today announced that it has achieved Asia-Pacific region's cleanest airport status while securing the Best Airport of Asia-Pacific Region award for the 5th year in a row. That's great, but will it pass airport or Scareport? Once you navigate your way through the Delhi duty-free, you're presented with shops. Most of them are fashion retail stores, and there's a handful of snack shops, and also a place where you can get electronic items.
There are a lot of shops over here. A lot.
Speaking of shops, there are plenty of shops here where you can get Indian stuff. Alright, so what I liked about the shops here at the Delhi airport is that there was a little mark saying duty-free after the shops that were duty-free shops. That way you know which shops are duty-free and which ones aren't. Boom. +1. Airport. There's a food court on the 2nd level of the terminal, where you'll find a handful of restaurants and a few familiar fast food options as well.
No food for me today. Had an amazing hearty meal before coming to the airport.
Decent amount of options if you want to grab food. Boom. +1. Airport. There's a place you can sit down and question your life decisions while making more questionable life decisions. There's a bar at the airport. Boom. +1. Scareport.
Alright, so these floors that you see, a while ago, they used to be carpets. But now there's actually tiled floors. Makes the place look a lot better. A lot better. +1. Airport.
पीने के पानी के लिए भी यहाँ पर सुविधाएं हैं. Oh, whoops, got carried away there. Let's try that again in English. There is a hydration station available here, and also plenty of restrooms. There's also a place where you can watch babies do ballet. Restrooms, not too surprising, but what I did like is there were signs directing you towards the closest restroom if the one you were at was closed down for maintenance or full. Boom. +1. Airport.
Larger seats where you can stretch out and take a nap on overnight layovers are present. And so are places where you can charge your electronic devices by most gates.
Larger seats, that's always good. Boom. +1. Airport. As far as the places to charge your electronic devices go, although they were present, there weren't that many. Boom. Scareport.
Although there are plenty of views to the flights outside, there weren't runways in sight, so you couldn't watch flights take off and land. But you could see them parked at the gate.
Views to the flights, it's always good. Boom. +1. Airport.
Then there's this cute little flight-shaped duty-free stall, and a badass statue of my dude, the Buddha. Let's slow down the music here for this next part. There was also the shop that caught my attention where they sold all sorts of aviation-related items. Once you made your way past this magic hallway, you were presented with models of airlines from across the world. I'm not a collector myself, but having said that, the collection they had for sale here was quite incredible. There was also a flight simulator inside that you could fly. Before I left, I got a glimpse of this stunning Emirates A380 model.
Cool stuff at the airport, which you can't find at other airports. Boom. +1. Airport. So our total tally comes out to 7 for airport and 2 for Scareport, making Terminal 1 at Indira Gandhi International officially an airport. Before we finish airport or Scareport though, let's go back to the airport. There's some stuff I want to tell you.
So this airport is named after Indira Gandhi, who was the first and only female Prime Minister of India. It was originally built by the Royal Air Force around World War II. In 1986, they changed the name to Indira Gandhi International Airport, IGIA. Up until 2006, it was operated by the Indian Army. And in 2006, it transferred ownership to, I don't remember the name. I'm going to insert it right here. And it was renovated. As you can see, this airport has a lot of cool stuff. Great views to the flights, shops, and more shops, and shops that sell Indian stuff. Who doesn't like Indian stuff? And I'm running out of things to say, and this bag is getting very heavy. I am going to go grab a seat so I can put this bag down.
Alright, so boarding eventually started and it was not very organized. Boarding zones were called, but the announcements were pretty hard to hear as they were drowned out by the reverberant hall that we were in. After a quick boarding pass check, I made my way to the jet bridge. As I passed through the jet bridge, there were some decent views of the terminal we were in, and also this 777 that would take us all the way till Dubai. I then made my way on board, and to the seat I had selected. Seat 39K. The seat on board this Emirates 777 was very retro-looking, similar to the Etihad 777. There was a decent amount of knee room, but not a huge amount of leg space. The seats on board this Emirates 777 did feel a little bit more narrow than the Etihad 777 that I had flown recently. In the seat back pocket, there was a plastic bag containing the Emirates magazine, and also within that bag, there was an envelope for donations for the various charities Emirates runs, and a barf bag. The smaller seat back pocket contained the safety information card. There was the usual seatback tray that could be folded in half or could be used as a full tray. Although you can fit a 16-inch laptop on top of this tray to get some work done, things will get pretty tight. The locking mechanism on this tray seemed to have been broken, which made it annoying to open and close. Another +1 for the Qatar Airways clicking locks. Other features of the seat included a coat hook, a very retro-looking remote control for the entertainment system, and an entertainment system screen. There was also another hook on the side of the seats. There was a seat recline button included as well. Also, the headphones jack for the entertainment system was in the front of the armrest. Unlike on the Etihad 777, there were individual AC vents on board this Emirates 777. Individual reading lights were also present. A pair of headphones, a blanket, and a pillow were also staged at every seat. Alright, so initially I thought there were no power outlets on board this 777, but what I found out was even more weird. There was one power outlet on each row located next to the entertainment screen of the middle seat, meaning you would have some intense rock, paper, scissors contests with strangers to see who gets to charge their phone. It was then time to say goodbye to Terminal 1 at Indira Gandhi International Airport and make our way to Dubai. Shortly after takeoff, the meal service began. The meal consisted of a lentil and bean chaat, essentially a salad, a kesar chum chum, which is a soft and juicy Indian dessert, a piece of bread, butter, and mango pickle, a pack of cashews, a pack of savory mix, which is essentially an Indian savory snack, and for the main course, there was curry containing mushroom, cauliflower, paneer, and potato, along with some coriander rice. There was also this Emirates branded chocolate and a mouth freshener. The utensils that came along with the meal were all silverware, and a small packet of water and a refresher towelette also came along with the meal. The food on board tasted surprisingly good. After the meal service was over, it was time for me to check out the in-flight entertainment system. I know there are a couple of reviews that mention the Emirates entertainment system is one of the best entertainment systems out there, but at least on board this flight, I did not find that to be true. The entertainment system is pretty well organized into the information, communications, and entertainment sections, or ICE. The information section, as one would expect, contains various details about the flight, about Emirates, about Dubai, and various attractions in Dubai, amongst other things. The communications section on this very dated aircraft contained various communications and network options, such as Wi-Fi, and one that I found very interesting was this seat-to-seat chat. Finally, the entertainment section contains movies and TV shows from around the world, live TV, games, music, podcasts, and other audio content. I'm not sure if it was because the system was fairly dated, or if the entertainment system on board just wasn't working properly, but the selection of content on board this 777 was nowhere near as diverse as the one on board their A380. Why I mentioned I wasn't impressed by the Emirates ICE system was because the interface just looks very dated and not as modern as the one on board Qatar Airways. Moving on, there was Wi-Fi available on board this flight, and passengers could purchase a full flight pass for $10 for this 4-hour flight. But given that you couldn't access sites such as Netflix, YouTube, and other streaming platforms, I failed to see why passengers would choose this option over the $2 option that allows you to be connected via various messaging services such as WhatsApp, Messenger, and so on. The lavatory on board this Emirates 777 was pretty standard, although it wasn't as big as the one on board the Etihad 777. There was an eau de toilette bottle and also a hand lotion bottle, which I was surprised to find. There were cups which you could use to rinse, a coat hook, and a power outlet as well. Although not as aesthetic or sleek looking as the one on board Etihad or Qatar, the area containing the sink was decently sized and very utilitarian. Sanitary bags and more air sickness bags could be found in the lavatory as well. After having taken videos of myself in a public lavatory, I made my way back to the seat and we prepared for landing. Alright guys, so Emirates. The hard product on board this flight and on board their 777s seems to be very dated. Having said that, the seats were comfortable and overall it was a fairly enjoyable product. I did find that the hard product on board Etihad was just very slightly better than Emirates, given the fact that there was just a bit more room on the seats on board Etihad's 777s, and also there was a universal power outlet at every seat. Having said that, I can't justify a recommendation for Etihad over Emirates, as Etihad does not offer a checked-in baggage allowance with their basic fare on a lot of their routes, whereas Emirates does. As for the soft product, the service on board and at the airports was pretty good. The cabin crew was very friendly, except for one person, but once again, in my honest opinion, I didn't find anything so compellingly different about the service on board Emirates compared to the other full-service airlines I had been on this journey. As far as cost goes, I don't have an exact number for this specific flight, as I booked my itinerary from Delhi to Los Angeles. But after having done a quick Google search, I can see that Emirates is generally priced higher than most of its competitors on these shorter to medium haul flights. Now, this is what I would say. If the price difference between Emirates and the competitor is negligible, then definitely Emirates does provide a great value on board. But if the price difference is substantial, I don't see any added value for that price difference compared to any other full-service airlines. I really enjoyed my time on board this 777, however, this isn't a flight I can recommend given the higher prices, especially when the added cost doesn't come with any added value. In my next video, I'll be on board their A380 and I'll be doing a review of their A380 on a 16-hour long-haul route. So stay tuned to see what my experience on board that flight would be like, and if based on that experience I can grant a recommendation for their A380. Anyways, I'd love to hear from you guys now. What have your experiences on board Emirates been like? Have they been similar to mine? Would you recommend them to someone? Let me know down in the comments below. I hope you guys found this video either helpful or entertaining. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.